college and I missed you. Even if I didn't know you until right now this second, I missed you and we're in love. I'm so excited to be here on this oval. I love ovals, and embarrassingly, that's true. I used to ask this question to everyone I met. This was my icebreaker. I said, "Hey, my name is Bailey. What's your favorite shape and why?" I asked that from like 7th grade to sophomore year in college, which is too long to be that specific kind of cringy. So, even worse was my answer, which was, "My favorite shape is an oval, because they're like sad circles and somebody has to love them." Which is how I feel about myself these days. You can't call me a pick-me girl, I'm worse. Please, let's make a genuine connection right now immediately. We haven't even met, but let's bond for forever, girl. I'm honestly barely a girl, too. I identify mostly my gender. I do use she, they pronouns. They count one of those. And I would say that my gender expression is himbo. I like to be sort of like a Kronk from Emperor's New Groove, or a Jason Mendoza, or just like George of the Jungle, watch out for that tree. Kind of like dumb, stupid kind of vibe. But I'm pumped to be here on this oval. I literally changed my whole set once I found out that it was going to be on this type of platform. I was like, hold on! I have an opportunity! I feel like a little fish in a bowl, which is why I wore this outfit. I thrifted this shirt. I have very few reasons to wear it. I also got robbed recently. That's not what I'm here to talk about. I got robbed. They took all of my clothes, literally all my clothes, all my favorite clothes. So my only option now is to wear the very weird things I've thrifted. So thank you for providing a bowl. What I actually need though, I thought this was going to be a 360 experience, and right now it's kind of a 270. Yeah. So if anybody would be willing to move their chairs over here, I'm completely serious, please. Finish the circle, please! Help! Help! It's not a real circle. And by circle, I mean oval, please! Thank God. Yes! This is great and terrible. I hate having people behind me. That's so terrible. It reminds me of the time I gained self-consciousness. It was also the time that I was outed as a fat person. Picture this. I'm in 1st grade. I am 5 years old. I am sat very earnestly on the front of the stage, paying very much attention to whatever's happening. And the more I lean in, the more the people behind me can see my Lands End jorts, not to brag, Lands End jorts ride slowly off my body. And I start to hear giggles from behind me, and there are giggles, and then somebody yells, "Oh my God, look at her butt crack." No, I'm 6 years old, and I gained self-awareness. Not only self-awareness, but awareness that others have awareness of myself. It was just pretty rude. That was crazy. Not only that, it ruined the song Sir Mix-a-Lot's "Oh my God, look at her butt crack." I'm actually here not to do comedy, instead I'm here to have a group exposure therapy experience. So, what I need from you, and I'm 100,000% serious, what I need from you, we're both gonna have a part in this. For the rest of my set, I'm gonna turn slowly in a circle like a beautiful, fat rotisserie chicken. And what I need from all of you is, if I have not looked at you in like 20 seconds, I need you to point at me and yell butt crack. Okay? I need you to promise. Raise your right arm. Everyone raise your right arm right now. Say, "Baby, I promise I will point at you and yell butt crack." Thank you so much. Okay. For my end of the bargain, it starts now, by the way. This is the soul struggle. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. A, because I have mad bing, bing, bing brain, which is what I call unmedicated ADHD. Very distracted very easily. Also, I just started my period today, so if you yell at me, I'm going to be kind of sad. Even though I asked her to do that, please do that. And then thirdly, I get very motion sick very easily. So, this is a terrible idea. Literally, if I go up an elevator more than 10 stories, I'm going to vomit. Forget about the train, which I love the train. And by train, I mean brown line. I don't mean the whole train. The train that doesn't smell that bad. I love to romanticize the train. I love it. I love to match my playlist to whatever the weather is outside. If it's angsty, I'll be angsty. If it's hopeful, I'll be hopeful. I also have different things. I usually like have to take the train all the way around the loop, so I have little landmarks I like to look at. Not just the John Hancock building, although I love that. Also love when we get stopped over the river. That's so cute. I'm serious though. If I stop turning in a circle, you better say butt crack. You're barking. Okay. I also love. There's this one window. If you come up to the Chicago station, Brown Line, and it says, "Home of the frameless framing." What does it mean? I don't know. It's so cute. Also, dog parks. Dog parks, no matter what the weather is, there's somebody at the dog park. Or my favorite thing to romanticize is when it's this type of cold outside and everyone's bundled and they're all really upset because they're waiting for the CTA. And people do that like little one-footed lean. Emotional, they're like, it's been a long time, so they'll be like, and then you watch the person next to you, you're like, it's not coming, I don't know what you're doing. Ultimately, you end up doing the lean, the 1 foot is, I don't know, for 1 foot, you gotta look at it. But it's so cute. I like to imagine, I zoom out in my brain, and I think about all the other people who are at all the other stops, and they're all there together, and everybody is like frustrated at the same time, and that's community, baby. I'm gonna vomit because I'm too bundled up for how warm it is inside versus outside. But good news, I like to puke and rally. Thank you, I've always been that way, not just because I was bulimic as a teenager, not just because. I was many things as a teenager, thank you very much. Suicidal, thank you, Tristan. It's a farm problem. I was also president of every single club. I don't know what that pipeline is, where you sort of, you hate yourself so much that you also have a god complex. It's a weird thing that you're like, I give so much of a fuck that I couldn't give a fuck right now. It's a sad circle, almost sort of like an oval. Wow, thank God for my therapist. Shout out Brooke, let's go Brooke. Brooke is my therapist who I've known for about 3.5 years, which is like a long-term relationship at this point. Very beautiful. Therapy didn't work for me before. She is also bisexual. Let's go! She is also a theater person. Niche. She is also fat. Let's go, fat therapist! Fat therapist. No, Brooke is my best friend. She's seen me through a lot of crises. Crisi? A lot of my crises, if you will. And a lot of them are very niche, and I'm very grateful that she understands. No! I was gonna flash you originally, but I was like, we don't know each other that well. That's too much exposure. That's putting the exposure in exposure therapy, but thank you for keeping me honest. No, Brooke and I, she's my best friend. A lot of crises I go through because I work at Drunk Shakespeare downtown. Yeah. You should come see me a little bit. I've done too many shows there. I've done like 450 shows, which is too many of anything. And I had this crisis where I was like, Brooke, why can I show people a sold out audience my tits? Why can I? Oh, speaking of, wait, you guys. Neither of them have I worn in any time in the last year. But tonight, we're both. I say, Brooke, why can't I show my tits to a sold-out crowd of people, but not on a one-on-one scenario with my lover? What's up, Brooke? I say, Brooke, I'm kind of worried that like my whole personality and also career is based on a trauma response. Oh no! Because if I was 6 years old when I gained like self-awareness, what if my whole personality is because I had to be funny, not because I am funny raw? What if I'm funny only because I already knew people were gonna notice me? You can't be passive when you're a fat person. People see you. They fucking see you. So you're like, I might as well give them something to see. I might as well give them something to see. And this was happening while I was doing 8 shows a week. Fuck! Shit. Thank you so much for keeping me honest. Keep me honest. I love this. This is good for me. This is really healthy. No, but is it okay that like I'm funny me, who was the personality behind the person? And we'll never know. I actually don't even have a poignant thing to say here. I just think that it is interesting that I have built my whole life around that one moment and every moment after that. But turns out, and this is crazy, I just got an email from a girl who's in high school who saw me in a show and was like, hey, I'm just wondering how you balance self-confidence, mental health, and performing. I don't know. She said, what's the best mindset to be in? And I said, isn't that a great conversation? I would love to know if you were asking, Lily. No, thank you. That was such a sweet email. It came on the heels. I did a production at the Utah Shakespeare Festival this summer. Thank you. It's the best and biggest show I've ever done. I played a clown who played 15 different characters. I had different costumes. I had different accents. I had different facial expressions. And a woman came up to me after one of the shows and said, you forget you're beautiful when you're on stage. Hello? Hello? What the fuck does that mean? You forget you're beautiful when you're on stage? What a thing to say to a person who has self-image issues. And so to this very kind high schooler, it actually took me a long time to respond to her. I said, listen, people, turns out, are always going to point and say shit. They always have something to say. And that never goes away. What's crazy about it is that you get kind of caught up in the loop of like not giving a fuck so much that you don't give a fuck, or giving so much of a fuck that, again, it leads back into each other. Fuck, crack, fuck, shit. Thank you. And my best advice to her was to do it for yourself. Unfortunately, I think that is the key, is anytime you're performing to think of baby you, and anytime that person needed a laugh, to do it for you. So I'm here today to give props to baby Bailey. She needed that, thank you so much. She had a day, a little tiny himbo in the corner. But also, people then will also turn around and say something like this. I got this after a show once. You're what my ex-boyfriend thought he was. That makes me horny, because I don't know what that means. So, ultimately, all I have to say is, which came first, the fat or the joke? We'll never know. We'll never know. Maybe the real fat joke was the comedian I became along the way. So, one more time, just for all of you, if you will point at me and say with such love, butt crack, on 3, 1, 2, 3. Butt crack! Thank you. Can't wait to talk about this in therapy.